Hello, Year 5 and 6. Welcome to another week of home learning. It is Monday, the 11th of May. It's my sister's birthday tomorrow. None of you needed to know that, but there you go. You know it now. Our WOT for today, we're going to use those skimming and scanning techniques again to answer some vocabulary and some literary retrieval questions. I was so sort of impressed with what Miss Stray's been doing with the writing with you, and it looked so much fun doing those non-chronological reports, which is one of my favorite types of writing, I have to say, that I thought I'd have a go at one myself. So here's one I had a bit of a go at. It's all about sort of holidaying in the mountains. So what I'd like you to do first and foremost, I'd like you to pause the video and have a read through everything on the screen so that you've got an idea of this non-chronological report. As you're going through, make a note of any of the vocabulary words that you're unsure of. And then when you've done that, start the video up again. Okay, hopefully everybody has done that now, read through the non-chronological report and noted down any key vocabulary you were unsure of. As I was doing this, I have read some of the ones that I think people may have written down. So I'm just going to use these as a reminder to you of how you can find out what vocabulary words you're unsure of, what the definitions of those words are. We did this, when did we do this? Not last week, the week before, I think it would have been. So it's been something we've done fairly regularly, and it's also something you're very, very familiar with from having done at school. But just a quick reminder. So what you need to do, you first need to try and work out what type of word they might be. So in this first sentence, we've got whether it be the exhilaration of hurtling down the slopes on skis and snowboards, the adrenaline rush of cycling the dirt paths and courses, etc., etc. So the three that I thought maybe you may not be as familiar with were exhilaration, hurtling, and adrenaline. The obvious one to me stands out as hurtling because it's got that ing suffix at the end. And we know from having done this a lot that words that end with that ing suffix are very often verbs. So if something is hurtling down the slopes, that's clearly something it's doing. So it's some kind of doing word. And if something is hurtling down the slopes, well, if I think of going down slopes on skis, I think of it being quite quick or quite dangerous. So maybe hurtling has something to do with the speed, something going down very quickly and out of control, maybe. Exhilaration, it's a tricky one. Again, it's got that tion, that shun suffix at the end, which could lead us into thinking that that might be a describing word, or it could be a noun. It's a difficult one though. So that's one that we might have to look up. Adrenaline rush. The idea of a rush of something, that sort of suggests to me something exciting. So it might be to do with the excitement, an excitement rush of cycling the dirt paths. So we're trying to use those synonyms, thinking of what words might be able to replace that word and still make sense. But if you are unsure after you've used all those techniques, the obvious thing to then do is you turn to your dictionaries or you type it into dictionary online and find those out. So that's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to take a moment to find the definitions of, at the very least, the red words that I've put on for you. But if you wrote down any others as you read through it, find out the definitions to those. When you've done that, you can replay the video, or restart the video, I should say, and we will carry on from there. Okay, fantastic. Hopefully now we've got everybody back, having found out definitions for all those words. The second part of our WOT, if we quickly nip back, was to answer some literary retrieval questions. And remember, those literary retrieval questions, they are where the answer is given to you in the text. So for example, a literary retrieval question might be, what is the second section of the non-chronological report given as a subheading? The answer would be summer sun. What is the third? Winter fun. So on and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of questions. I'm just going to move my picture down here a moment. So the questions I'd like you to have a go at then, there's 7 altogether, and I'd like you to use the non-chronological report to answer these. So you've got, what 4 things might people visiting Lake Garda be looking for? How large is Lake Garda? Write 3 things that you know about the town of Sirmione. What phrase is used to show that the skiing maestros are the best? What type of food might you eat when taking a break on the slopes? When the day has passed, what could you choose to settle down into? And there's a little quote there. So day has passed is clearly going to be in the text word for word. And then number 7, write down 3 features that show this text is a non-chronological report. So the best thing you'll be able to do, I would think, is either to pause it on this screen, write down your question, then go back to this screen to have a go answering it, or write down all of the questions and then go back to the previous screen with the non-chronological report to have a go at answering them. All of them have the answer in there somewhere. And remember, when you're doing those literal retrieval questions, you're looking for keywords as you skim and scan. So that top one, what 4 things might people visiting Lake Garda be looking for? So as I skim and scan, I'm going to be looking for 4 things probably listed that people visiting Lake Garda might be looking for. And I'm going to be looking for Lake Garda. And I remember that Lake Garda came in this second section. You want to try and do that. Jump to the sections that you know things might be in. And the questions do come chronologically. So the first answer comes in the Lake Garda bit. Second answer will come a bit further on, and it will keep going like that. They do come up chronologically. When you've got your 7 answers, make sure they're written down. It's hugely helpful to me if you can write down the question and then the answer, because then when you send them to me to check whether they're right, I can see what question you are answering. I will be going through, though, all of the answers to these 7 questions this Friday on my video that I do on Friday. So I may not respond to everybody this week. If you send me them saying, are these questions right? I'll probably just remind you that I'm going to go through the answers on Friday. If you're struggling with an answer, though, if you're struggling with how to get an answer, I will obviously help you with that. But in terms of telling you if they're right or wrong, you'll have to wait till Friday to find out. Anyway, that is the end of Monday's tutorial video, getting ahead of myself. I will speak to you again tomorrow. Goodbye.